Hello and welcome to the podcast, The Man Within, Masculine Stories, Women Listening. We are your hosts, Oralia
and Tatiana.
Two women looking to understand and reimagine our relationship to men through empathetic conversations that foster healing for both men and women. In this podcast, we'll dive into real, raw, and often untold stories of men as they reflect on their journeys to becoming who they are today. Each episode will feature a man from diverse backgrounds, offering a glimpse into their defining moments, challenges, and victories that have shaped their paths to manhood. We also see that the loss of oral traditions has led to a simplified understanding of masculinity. Through candid conversations, we'll explore the complexities of masculinity, vulnerability, and identity, showing that becoming a man is a lifelong process filled with both growth and adversity.
By sharing their true stories, these men may inspire other men to recognize their own experiences and find the courage to share their truths. This is important as stories shape our collective understanding of the world and grow our ability to empathize with each other. Today, stories are mostly told through the media with unclear intentions and messages. We are often fed shallow stories meant to entertain rather than stories of wisdom from the vulnerable depths of the heart. Masculine characters in film and television often follow the repetitive tropes of superheroes, villains, and violence, or stories where the man is valued mostly for his humor, looks, or resources. Additionally, we see how sexual perpetrators and shooters are statistically men, but without the full history, we miss out on the opportunity to see the human behind the headline. These depictions create a distorted perception of what it means to be a man and fuel the disconnect men may have with their own internal world.
And as many of us know, the concept of toxic masculinity has gone mainstream. But for those of you who don't know, this refers to the harmful cultural norms and behaviors that promote dominance, emotional suppression, and aggression while discouraging traits like vulnerability, empathy, and emotional expression. One can only imagine how these societal expectations must be contributing to the stress, depression, and difficulty forming healthy relationships so many men face. Because, as all humans do, men also require deeper connection to themselves to feel fulfilled. And while all men are born males, not all males become conscious men. Based on our own exploration and conversations with other men working in this field, there are certain qualities that are understood to represent the male who has matured into manhood and is conscious of his role in society. This man embraces responsibility for his actions, thoughts, and feelings, and he seeks to understand himself deeply, recognizing his strengths, weaknesses, and the impact of his behavior on others. He emphasizes a deep connection to purpose, self-accountability, and service while maintaining respect for oneself and others.
In today's world, it seems the progress to manhood is even more challenging. In the past, there were rites of initiation that helped men transition from boyhood into manhood. Our ancestors were raised through these stories from their elders and were guided well by their words. But in our modern world, those rites are no longer widely practiced, and we understand that only other men can truly initiate and guide men. So as you receive this podcast, we would like you to imagine you are sitting with us, perhaps by a fire, listening to a real person share his story with you. He has nothing to sell, no games he is playing. He is simply sharing his life and well-earned wisdom. This was the way it once was, and what we hope to remember through this podcast. We don't need more junk food stories to fill space, entertain ourselves, or demean one another. We are bringing back nutrient-dense, intimate stories that have the power to change the way you perceive life and possibly spark your own breakthroughs. We see this podcast as a way to keep oral tradition alive and foster bonds of trust and wisdom within our communities again.
And maybe you're wondering why two women are hosting a podcast about becoming a man. That's fair. But we feel that in these times of increasing division and negative narratives between men and women, it is important for us as women to hold supportive and respectful space for these men that are redefining their masculine identity. We choose to celebrate those men who are cultivating emotional and spiritual maturity. We also believe it's healing for women to hear men speak from their hearts because it fosters a deeper connection and mutual understanding. When men open up about their emotions, struggles, and how they hold themselves accountable, it can break down walls. It allows women to see men in a more human, authentic light, beyond the stereotypes or roles often imposed on them. Women also get the opportunity to see men beyond the lens of their own pain from past experiences. This helps to bridge emotional gaps and cultivate stronger, healthier relationships. We know that more and more men are ready for this conversation, and more women are ready to listen and learn. In the spirit of collaboration, we have created a nomination process for those who wish to recognize a man who embodies the qualities of conscious manhood and would be open to sharing his story. Listeners can send an email to manwithinpodcast@gmail.com with the name of the nominee and a brief description of why you believe this person would be a great fit. We will also be offering a list of resources including books, films, and/or podcasts on our website to further educate around the topic of masculinity. Many of these resources have been recommended by the men on this podcast who have shared that they were very helpful to them on their journey. We aim to help empower our listeners to continue the conversation in their own lives with the men they love or in their own communities. You can refer to the show notes for the link and additional information.
Finally, we wanted to share a little bit about ourselves. Oralia and I crossed paths in 2023 at a year-long family constellations training. As facilitators, coaches, and seekers, we naturally came together to continue our own personal work and projects as friends and colleagues. We are both dedicated to uncovering deeper truths, releasing stagnant layers from the past, and aligning to greater love. This is the work we practice in our daily lives as well as with our clients. So in the summer of 2024, we were personally exploring our relationship to the masculine and brought it to a constellation session. And what we witnessed there was not what we had originally expected. The message from the session was clear. It called us to show up, grow up, be women that can help make a difference. Don't wait around. Be the harmony and maturity you wish to see between men and women now. The attention was placed back on our own empowerment and responsibility.
And it was in this moment that ignited the creation of this podcast. The rest has been an act of listening, acting, and trusting. We are here because we heard a call and let it manifest. And we are so excited to continue to let this project unfold.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We can't wait to get started and share these incredible stories and men with you. Whether you're a woman wanting to better understand the men in your life, or a man looking to expand his understanding of himself, this podcast is for you. So tune in, listen closely, and join us in exploring what it truly means to be a man in today's world. Welcome to The Man Within, masculine stories, women listening. Let's begin.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. If you enjoyed this conversation, we'd love your support. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And if our energy resonates with you and you're feeling called to connect or work with us, you'll find all the details in the show notes below. Thank you again for being part of this journey with us.